Hello everyone, my name is Clint Rand and I am doing my presentation for using technologies to design learning for the future. This is for Teach Now in its Module 42, Unit 2 and Assignment 1, and I am doing mine all about Kahoot. So the first and obvious question is, what is Kahoot? Well, Kahoot is a game-based learning and trivia platform, which is, of course, all students love playing games, and trivia is one of the ones that they really enjoy. Um, One of the best things about this is it can be used on any device through their website or app, which means if you have a bunch of iPads, you can definitely use it with that. You can get the kids to use it through their Chromebook, or of course, in a pinch with older students, you can have them pull out their phones, and if they have the app on the phone, you can do it through that. Now, one of the best parts about Kahoot is it can be scaffolded for the different levels and the different ages. So an ESL student for grade 1 would definitely be doing a different one than an IB student in grade 12. So what can Kahoot do? So using Kahoot for gamification in the future. So Kahoot makes learning fun and accessible, and it's going to be one of the main priorities for educators and parents alike. So how do we make learning more fun and engaging for students that live in the modern world? So for me, one of the biggest things is, especially right now where a lot of people are homeschooling their students and they're having to do stuff online, that they learn how to do this to make learning more fun, but you also can test their knowledge. You can make it so the kids are enjoying what they're doing and it's not just that grind. So one of the biggest things that Kahoot does is it has quizzes. So you can use Kahoot to create your own fun quizzes for your students. So you go in, you use a template, of course, and you create a quiz based on the material that you've learned. And this will tell you whether your students are doing well, if they understood the material, or if they need more time with it. So the biggest thing is gamification. And we've talked about this a lot because we're doing educational technology, but what is gamification and what is it? So it's taking learning materials and turning them into a game, which is, of course, every student's dream. So you can review the material in a game format, and there's a couple different ways. You can go player versus player, which is called the classic mode, or team versus team, which is called the team mode. So I think this is one of the things that kids and students, and of course, most people learning, enjoy the most, when you have a little bit of a competition, when you're said, okay, this team on the left versus the team on the right, we are going to see who knows the most. And then you have the kids do it. Or, of course, you can just say, all right, let's just do it as one-on-one, everybody by themselves, and see who does the best. But one of the main points of this is that the kids learn the material, and then they can express it through their thing. So they don't always have to be putting up their hand, because some students are a little bit shyer. They don't want to answer in front of their peers, but they can actually answer on the app or the website. And a good thing, of course, is playing it as a game makes it a lot more fun. And also it's going to let the teacher know whether they're doing well and if they understand all the material. So one of the biggest things, and I really didn't know this until I started doing some more research into it, is there are a huge selection of Kahoots to use. So at the time of recording this, there are millions, 51 million to be exact, of public Kahoots that you can use. So they're on all different kinds of topics. So if you're looking up, I don't know, what is Pangea? And you go through and it will show you different Kahoots on that. The biggest thing, and one of the best for me, is you don't have to reinvent the wheel on this. Someone has most likely done a Kahoot of the topic you need, so you can search for it and use the ones that you like. So one of the biggest things, if you find a topic, find it, and then you can use that Kahoot. If not, because you have a very specific topic, you can use it as an idea or inspiration or jumping off point. So you're like, okay, they did that here, then I can do that here. So you're not starting from scratch. And that's one of the hardest things for me, is I hate starting from scratch. But if I have an idea, or, I like that, I could just tweak this a little bit. And you can also favorite the ones you like or save them, so you can use them and find them much faster in the future. So as I mentioned briefly, this is a great way to measure students' knowledge of the topic. So it's a fun and effective way to measure which concepts your students understand and which ones they need more time on. So of course, not every student is going to get everything. So what you got to do, you do this, you find out, okay, that section was really tough for my class. This was not a them thing, this was a me thing. As a teacher, I have to realize that, I didn't explain this as clearly as I should have, or maybe I used concepts or words that were too high above their heads. So I need to say it again or show them with more visuals, or maybe show them a short video or something like that, just to make sure that they understand better. And that's a great checking point. I like to go back and check my students to see how they've done. One of the biggest things, of course, with games is Kahoot is fun. And it's super fun for the students. I mean, it's one of the best things about being a student is when the teacher says, hey, all right, you guys did a great job. We're going to play a game. And everybody goes, yay. I mean, whether it's about the material or not, the kids always have fun. And so using Kahoot makes learning fun and more engaging. And one of the best things is you get to challenge students versus other students. So, you have a group or, of course, by themselves, and you get them to play against each other. So it's a little bit of a challenge. Okay, oh, this team was so much better in section 1. Oh, but that team won in section 2, and the other team won in section 3. So it was a tie, or boy, you guys really need to study more, right? So it's actually a lot of fun. And this is what I thought is great. It's a great way to finish the class. So if you have a bad class and you want to finish on a positive note, then you can play one of these. Of course, it takes a little bit of time to have it set up, but the best thing is you can set them up, you can have them saved and ready to go at any time. And it's also a great way to reward students if they did a great job in class. So you can tell them, okay, if you guys listen and you put up your hand and you answer questions in full sentences and you make sure you have finished all your homework, we'll be able to play a game at the end of class. And the kids always love it, and they always find it as a great wrap-up or a great way to finish. So that is my slide, and I just want to say thank you, everybody, for listening. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful night.